I walked into that mansion thinking I was there for business instead. I walked into my worst nightmare, because standing at the top of those marble stairs was my ex-husband. The Omega I threw out 5 years ago while he was 6 months pregnant. The one I called defective. Damaged goods. The one I told to get out of my life forever. He looked like royalty now. Designer suit. Confidence radiating off him. And those scars on his face, the ones I was once ashamed of. He wore them like a crown. But that wasn't the nightmare. The nightmare was what happened next, too. Children came running across that ballroom, 5 years old. A boy and a girl. They had my dark hair, my eyes. They were unmistakably mine, and they were screaming one word, Papa, for one perfect, stupid second. I thought they were running to me. I thought maybe, somehow, they knew who I was. Then they ran right past me, straight into the arms of Nikolai Volkov, the most dangerous mafia boss on the East Coast, an enigma who could kill me with a look. He scooped them up like they weighed nothing. They wrapped their little arms around his neck, giggling, safe. Loved. My daughter looked at me over his shoulder. Really looked at me. Then she turned to my ex-husband and asked in the sweetest voice I'd ever heard, Daddy, who's the sad man? And Elliot, the love of my life that I destroyed, looked me dead in the eyes and said 5 words that shattered my soul. No one important. Sweetheart. That's what I am to my own children. No one important. My name is Damien Frost. And this is the story of how I threw away everything that mattered for things that didn't matter at all. Chapter 1. Let me take you back 5 years. Back to when I had everything and didn't know it. I met Elliot at a charity gala. I was there because my mother insisted. Find an Omega. Settle down. Produce an heir. The usual alpha pressure. Then I saw him by the window. Simple blue suit, quiet, alone. When he turned around, I saw the scars. 3 silver lines running down the left side of his face from temple to jaw. Most alphas looked away. I walked straight to him and told him he was the most beautiful person in the room. That smile he gave me, like he couldn't believe someone actually saw him. That smile destroyed me in the best way. We bonded within 6 months. He was an artist who painted murals for children's hospitals. He got those scars saving his little sister from a house fire when he was 7. He was brave, kind, creative. Everything I didn't know I needed for 2 years. We were happy. Then he got pregnant with twins. I was thrilled. I called everyone. Started planning nurseries. I thought I was the luckiest alpha alive, but that's when the poison started. My mother's voice was ice when I told her. Damaged goods? Damien? Those scars? That weak bloodline? What kind of heirs will he produce? The board is already questioning your judgment. I should have hung up on her. Business partners started making comments. Interesting choice in Omega. Very progressive. Sure, you want those genetics in your line? Then I lost a Hartford account. $20 million. Gone. Richard Hartford pulled me aside. That Omega of yours is hurting your image. People think you're going soft. If you can't choose a proper mate, how can we trust you with investments? My company's stock dropped. Investors pulled out. Competitors circled, and every night I'd come home to Elliot, glowing and pregnant and happy. Talking about baby names and nursery colors, I started resenting him for not understanding the pressure I was under. The pregnancy got harder. Twins took a toll. He got tired easily. Morning sickness lasted all day. Doctor put him on bed rest at 5 months. I stopped bringing him to events. Stopped wearing my bonding ring to important meetings. Made excuses for why he couldn't attend functions. I told myself I was protecting him. Really? I was protecting my image. Then came the Tuesday night that changed everything. I lost the Meridian deal. $50 million. The board voted no confidence. My own father called me an embarrassment to the Frost name, all because of my choice in Omega. I got drunk. Drove home angry. Walked through the door looking for someone to blame. Elliot was in the kitchen making my favorite dinner, even though the doctor said he should be resting. 6 months pregnant with twins? Smiling when he saw me. Welcome home, honey. I made your favorite. Thought you could use comfort food. I stared at him. At his scars. At his swollen belly. At everything ruining my life. I'm not okay, Elliot. Everything's going wrong. The Meridian deal fell through. The board wants me out. Dad's giving my position to Marcus. He reached for me. We'll figure it out. You're brilliant and hardworking, and stop. Just stop pretending this isn't your fault. The color drained from his face. My fault. You, your scars. This whole situation, do you know what people say about us? They call you damaged, defective. They say I settled because I couldn't do better. That's not true. That's not Richard Hartford told me to my face. You're bad for business. The board thinks I'm weak for choosing you. My own mother is ashamed to be seen with you. Tears formed in his eyes. So this is about what other people think. What other people think matters. Elliot, in my world, image is everything. And you are a nightmare for my image. I'm your husband. I'm carrying your children. Then I said the words I can never take back. Children that will probably be just as defective as their carrier. I watched him break, watched the light die in his eyes like I'd snuffed out a candle. You don't mean that. I mean every word. I'm losing everything because of you. My company, my reputation, my family's respect. All because I ignored the damage and fell for a pretty face. He wrapped his arms around his belly. Protective. These are your babies, Damien. Our twins. Doesn't that mean anything? It means I made a mistake. I can't undo. I grabbed a suitcase and started throwing his clothes into it. He followed me, begging, crying. Damien, stop. We can fix this. I love you. I love you so much I don't love you anymore. I look at you and see every failure, every humiliation, but the babies I don't want them, not if they come from you. I shoved the suitcase into his arms. He stumbled under the weight, pregnant belly, making it hard to balance. You have 1 hour to get out of my house. This is our home. Where we built our life, my house. My name on the deed, my money. You brought nothing but problems. I opened the front door. October rain poured down. Damien, please. It's raining. I'm pregnant. Where am I supposed to go? Not my problem anymore. He stood in our doorway, rain and tears mixing on his face. One hand on his belly, the other clutching that suitcase. I saved my sister from a fire. These scars came from being brave. I thought you understood that. I thought you loved me for who I am. Then you thought wrong. Now get out before I call security, he sobbed. A sound so broken it didn't seem human. Our children will ask about me someday. What will you tell them? That their carrier wasn't strong enough to stay. Then he walked out into the rain. I watched him struggle down the steps with that suitcase, moving slowly because of the pregnancy. At the sidewalk, he turned back once. I hope you find whatever you're looking for, Damien. I hope it's worth it. Then he disappeared into the darkness. I closed the door, poured a drink, told myself I'd made the right choice. The second that door closed, I wanted to run after him, fall to my knees, beg forgiveness. Instead, I went to bed alone in the morning. I need to tell you what happened to Elliot that night. What I didn't know, what haunts me every single day. He walked for hours in the freezing rain, soaked through, shivering. 6 months pregnant with twins. He had nowhere to go, no family, no money. I'd made sure he was completely dependent on me. He slept in a bus shelter that first night, woke up to someone trying to steal his suitcase. The little money he had gone for 3 weeks. He survived on the streets, begging for change, sleeping in alleys, eating from dumpsters. When he was desperate enough, he tried shelters. They were full. Tried hospitals. They wouldn't admit him without insurance. Insurance I'd canceled the day I threw him out then. 3 weeks early, in a filthy alley during a storm, he went into labor. Alone, screaming in pain with no one to help. Bleeding, terrified. Certain he was going to die. Certain our babies were going to die. That's when Nikolai Volkov found him. Nikolai was driving through that neighborhood, heading home from a business deal. He heard screaming. Most people would have kept driving. He didn't. He found Elliot in that alley, in active labor, covered in blood and rain. Nikolai got him into his car and drove like hell to his private hospital. Carried Elliot inside himself. Stayed while the doctors worked. Twins were born an hour later. A boy, Liam, and a girl, Lily. Premature but alive. Fighters, just like their carrier. Elliot woke up in a hospital bed, clean and warm for the first time in weeks. Nikolai was sitting in a chair beside him, holding both babies. They're beautiful, Nikolai said quietly. Just like their father. Elliot broke down. I have nothing. No home, no money. I can't even feed them. Maybe they'd be better off if don't finish that sentence. Nikolai's voice was firm but gentle. You're not nothing. You survived. You brought 2 lives into this world under impossible circumstances. That's everything. I can't pay you back for this. For the hospital? For anything. I'm not asking you to. Why are you helping me? You don't even know me. Nikolai looked at the babies, then at Elliot. Because someone should have helped you 3 weeks ago. Because no one deserves what you've been through. Because these children deserve better than dying in an alley. Come home with me, Elliot. You and the twins. Let me help you get back on your feet. No strings. No expectations. Just a safe place to heal. Elliot had no choice. No options. Nowhere else to turn. He said yes. Nikolai took them to his mansion. Set them up in a whole wing. Hired nurses. Got the best pediatric care for the twins. Made sure Elliot had everything he needed to recover. And he asked for nothing in return. Over the months, Elliot healed, physically and emotionally. He started painting again, started smiling again. The twins thrived. Nikolai was there for everything. First smiles, first words, Liam's first steps, Lily's first laugh. He fell in love with those children like they were his own. And slowly, carefully, he fell in love with Elliot too. Not because Elliot was broken and needed saving, but because Elliot was strong and brave and beautiful. Nikolai saw the scars as proof of survival, of courage, of a man who would run into fire to save someone he loved. Everything I should have seen. Everything I was too blind and proud to appreciate. 2 years after Nikolai found them, he asked Elliot to be his partner. Not out of obligation. Out of love, Elliot said yes. The twins started calling him Papa Nick. They knew no other father, had no memory of me, didn't even know I existed. Nikolai gave them the life I should have given them. The love, the stability, the pride in who they were, and I knew none of this. I was busy rebuilding my company, being featured in magazines, telling myself I'd made the right choice, while the family I threw away was healing without me. Chapter 4. 5 years after I threw Elliot out, my company needed an alliance with Nikolai Volkov. He controlled half the underground economy. Getting his backing meant dominance. My CEO somehow got us invited to a gala at Volkov's estate. I pulled up to a palace, white stone and glass gardens, fountains, wealth beyond anything I'd seen. Inside was even more impressive. Crystal chandeliers, marble floors, museum-quality art, and everywhere, dangerous men in expensive suits. Volkov's security. Then I saw him. Nikolai Volkov, tall, intimidating, an enigma whose presence made every instinct in me want to submit. I was preparing to introduce myself when the room went quiet. Everyone turned to the grand staircase. And there he was. Elliot. Walking down those stairs like he owned them. He was transformed. Designer suit, confidence, those scars worn openly. Proudly he was radiant. My champagne glass slipped from my fingers and shattered. Everyone stared at me, including Elliot. Our eyes met. I waited for recognition, anger, something. He looked at me like I was a stranger, then looked away and kept walking. He reached the bottom and Nikolai was there immediately. The dangerous Mafia boss softened completely, smiled, put his arm around Elliot's waist, possessive, intimate. Ladies and gentlemen, Volkov's voice carried across the room. I'd like to introduce someone very special. This is Elliot, my partner. The room applauded. I stood frozen. This couldn't be real. I pushed through the crowd, not caring who I bumped into. Elliot, he turned. Up close, he was even more beautiful. Healthy, happy. I'm sorry. Do we know each other? The words hit like a punch. Elliot, it's me, Damien, your husband. Something flickered in his eyes. I have no husband. You must be mistaken, please. I need to explain, sir. I think you're confused. Now, if you'll excuse me, he turned away. I grabbed his arm. Mistake. 3 security guards materialized. Nikolai moved faster than someone his size should. Remove your hand. His voice was deadly quiet now. I let go. I'm sorry. I just need to talk to him, please. 5 minutes. Volkov stepped between us. The wave of Enigma dominance almost brought me to my knees. You need to leave now. You don't understand. He's my. Understand perfectly. Volkov's eyes were black with fury. You're Damien Frost, the ex-husband who threw Elliot out while he was pregnant, who called him defective, who said you didn't want his children. He knew everything. Volkov leaned close, voice dropping. Elliot told me everything. Every word you said that night, every way you broke him. So when I tell you to leave, I'm being generous. What I actually want would get blood on my expensive floors. Please, I just want to apologize. I was wrong. I've spent 5 years trying to find him. 5 years too late. Then Elliot spoke. It's okay, Nick. Let him say what he needs to. Then he can leave. Volkov looked at him with concern. Are you sure? I'm sure. The Enigma nodded but stayed close. Watching me, Elliot crossed his arms. You have 2 minutes. I'm sorry. For everything. You deserved none of it. You were perfect and I was too proud to see it. The scars I was ashamed of are beautiful. Proof of your courage. I let other people's opinions matter more than your worth. I threw away the best thing in my life because I was a coward. His expression didn't change. I've spent every day regretting it. I tried to find you. I tried to become better. I know it's too late, but I needed you to know you weren't the problem. You never were. I was silence. Then Elliot spoke. His words were knives. Do you know what happened after you threw me out? I shook my head. I walked for hours in the rain. 6 months pregnant. Nowhere to go. No money. I slept in a bus shelter. Someone tried to rob me. I begged on streets for food. I went into labor in an alley. Alone, screaming. I thought we were all going to die. Oh, God. I thought about you while I was lying in that filth. About how you said you didn't want them. I wanted to give up. Let it all end. Tears streamed down my face. But someone found me. Someone who saw me at my lowest, and instead of walking away, he saved me. He got me to a hospital, made sure my babies were born healthy. When I had nothing, when I was nothing, he gave me everything. She looked at Volkov with unmistakable love. Nikolai didn't see damaged goods. He saw someone worth saving, worth loving. He gave me a home, a family, a life. He loves my children like they're his own. He loves me without shame or hesitation. Every word was deserved punishment. So when you say you're sorry, I believe you regret it. But your regret doesn't undo what happened. It doesn't erase the trauma. It doesn't give my children the father who should have been there. Your sorry is 5 years too late and nowhere near enough. I know. I know it's not enough. But please, the children. Our children, can I meet them? His eyes went hard. Our children? That's when I heard them. Papa. Two voices. Young, excited. I turned a boy and a girl running across the ballroom. 5 years old. They had my dark hair. Elliot's delicate features. Perfect my children. My heart swelled. They were running toward us, and I started to kneel, started to open my arms. They ran right past me, into Nikolai Volkov's arms. Papa Nick. The girl squealed. You promised a story. Daddy made cookies, the boy added, pointing at Elliot. I stood frozen while my children climbed on another man, called him Papa, ignored me completely. Volkov scooped them up. I did promise. But we have guests. Can you be patient? Okay, they said together. The girl looked at me. Daddy, who's the sad man? Daddy? She called Elliot Daddy? She had no idea who I was. Elliot's voice was gentle. Just someone from long ago, sweetheart. No one important. No one important. That's what I was. A stranger. Volkov set them down. Go find Marie. Papa will be up soon. Okay. Come on, Liam. The girl grabbed the boy's hand. They ran off laughing. Liam and Lily. The names we'd chosen together. He'd kept them. I broke down. Right there in that ballroom, please. Please, let me know them. Let me be part of their lives. I'll do anything. Elliot looked at me with pity. They have a papa, a daddy, a family that loves them and puts them first. What can you offer them? I'm their father. No, Volkov's voice was final. You contributed DNA. I'm their father. I've been there for every nightmare, every milestone, every moment. Where were you? I didn't know where to find them. I tried not hard enough. He was right. Elliot touched Volkov's arm. Nick? It's okay. I think Mr. Frost understands now. He looked at me one last time. Goodbye, Damien. I hope you found what you were looking for. I hope it was worth it. The same words from 5 years ago. It wasn't. Nothing was worth losing you. He nodded. I know. That's the tragedy. You know now. 5 years too late. He walked away. Volkov leaned close. If you ever come near my family again, I will destroy everything. Your business, your reputation, your life. Understand? I nodded. Good. Get out. Security escorted me out past all those people. My face wet with tears, my heart destroyed. I sat in my car for an hour, unable to move, understanding the full weight of what I'd lost. Not an Omega, my soulmate, not a pregnancy, 2 beautiful children, who would never know me, everything that mattered for nothing. That did. And no way to get it back. Chapter 5. 3 days after the gala, my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer. Mr. Frost. A woman's voice. Professional. Cold. Yes. This is Margaret Chen from Children's Memorial Hospital. We have a situation requiring your immediate attention. My blood froze. What situation? It's regarding Liam and Lily Volkov. There's been an accident. The world stopped. What happened? Are they okay? I can't discuss details over the phone. Mr. Volkov listed you as an emergency contact. We need you immediately. Why would he list me? We're not, Mr. Frost. Your children need you. Are you coming? Your children. I'm on my way. I drove like hell to that hospital, mind racing with horrible possibilities. Accident. What kind? How bad were they hurt? Why would Volkov list me after threatening to destroy me? The drive was endless. At the hospital, I was directed to pediatric intensive care. My legs felt like lead. A doctor met me outside a room. Mr. Frost? Yes, please. What happened? Car accident. Mr. Volkov's vehicle hit by a drunk driver. He's in surgery. Serious but stable. The children were in car seats, which saved them. But what? Lily has a concussion and bruising. She'll be fine. Liam's injuries are more severe. He needs a blood transfusion immediately. My heart stopped. Whatever he needs. Whatever it costs. It's not about cost. It's blood type. Liam has AB negative rare. We're low on supply, and with the holiday weekend, test me. I'm his biological father. Test my blood. The doctor's eyes widened. You're certain? 100%. Test me now. They did. I sat there while they drew blood, while they ran tests, praying. Please let me match. Please let me save him. Please give me one chance to do something right. 20 minutes later, the doctor returned, smiling. You're a match. Perfect match. We can start immediately if you consent. Do it. Take whatever he needs. They set me up in a chair beside Liam's bed. He was so small under those machines and tubes, dark hair matted with blood, little face bruised, breathing. As my blood flowed into my son, I held his small hand. I'm here. I know I wasn't before. I know I have no right. But I'm here, and I'm going to make sure you're okay. Both of you. I promise. Then I heard the voice, Damien. I turned. Elliot in the doorway, pale eyes red from crying. He looked at me, at the transfusion, at Liam. His expression crumbled. They called you. They said he needed blood. I'm a match. A sob escaped him. He covered his mouth, body shaking. I stood carefully, mindful of the tubes. Elliot. He closed the distance and collapsed against my chest. Sobbing, I wrapped my free arm around him, holding him while he broke. I thought I was going to lose him, both of them. The car came out of nowhere and Nikolai swerved and everything went black. And when I woke up, they were taking my babies away and they're okay. They're going to be okay. You saved him. You saved our son. Our son. Not Volkov's son. Not just Liam. Our son. I looked at the boy in the bed, my blood keeping him alive. Something shifted in me. I'd thrown away my family once. I would die before I did it again. Elliot pulled back, looking up at me with those beautiful eyes. I know I have no right to ask. I know I destroyed any claim I had, but if you'll let me, I want to be here. Not to take anything from Volkov. Not to disrupt your life, just to be here. For them, for you. However, you'll have me. He was quiet for a long moment. Why now? Because of the accident? No, because 5 years ago I made the worst mistake of my life. 3 days ago I saw what it cost me. I saw my children call another man, Papa. I saw you happy with someone else. I saw the life I threw away. I realized even if I can never have you back, even if I can never undo what I did, I have to try to be better. They deserve better than a father who ran. Elliot searched my face. Nikolai will fight you. He loves them like they're his. I know. I'm not trying to replace him. He's been the father I should have been, but maybe there's room for both of us. I don't know if I can trust you not to hurt them the way you hurt me. Then let me prove it. Let me show you I've changed. He looked at Liam, then back at me. One chance. You get one chance. If you hurt my children, if you disappoint them, if you put anything before them for even 1 second, you're gone forever. Understand. I understand, and you need to know. Elliot's voice got stronger. I love Nikolai. He saved us, gave us a life. I'm not leaving him. Even if you're part of the twins' lives, Nikolai is my partner. Can you accept that? It hurt, but I nodded. All I want is to know my children, to be there for them. If that means watching you love someone else, sharing them with the man who was there when I wasn't, then that's what I'll do. Elliot studied my face. Finally, he nodded. Okay, one chance. Chapter 6. Liam recovered fully. The transfusion worked. Within 2 days he was awake, asking for Papa Nick and Daddy. Not asking for me. He didn't know who I was. Lily was released after observation. She clung to Elliot, scared, asking when Papa Nick would wake up. Nikolai came out of surgery with broken ribs and a concussion. First thing he asked about was Elliot and the twins. When they told him everyone was okay, that I'd donated blood to save Liam. His reaction wasn't what I expected. He asked to see me. I walked into his hospital room cautiously. He looked rough, bruised, bandaged, but his eyes were sharp. Volkov. Frost. He studied me. You saved my son. Our son, I corrected quietly. Biologically mine. But yours in every way that matters. He was silent for a moment. Elliot told me you want to be part of their lives. I do. Not to take them from you. Not to disrupt the family you built. Just to know them. Be there for them. Why should I let you? You threw them away once. I did. It's the worst thing I've ever done. I can't undo it. But I can try to be better going forward. What makes you think you deserve a second chance? I don't. But they deserve to know their biological father isn't the monster who rejected them. They deserve better than that story. Volkov looked at me hard. If you hurt them, you'll destroy me. I know. Elliot already made that clear. But you should also know, I'm not here to compete with you. You're their father. You've earned that. I just want to be part of their lives however they'll have me. He nodded slowly. One condition. You don't confuse them. They call me Papa. They call Elliot Daddy. You need a different name. What do you suggest? They can decide when they're ready. Until then, you're Damien. I can live with that. And if they ever choose you over me... Volkov's voice was quiet but firm. I'll step back. Because what matters is what's best for them. Not my ego. Not your guilt then. Agreed. He held out his hand. I shook it. An alliance I never expected. To. Men who loved the same children. Trying to do right by them. Chapter 7. A week after the accident. Elliot invited me to the mansion to meet Liam and Lily properly. I was terrified. What if they hated me? What if they didn't want to know me? What if seeing me upset them? Elliot met me at the door. Nikolai was there too, still healing but standing. "They're in the playroom," Elliot said. "We told them you're someone important. We want them to meet. We didn't say you're their biological father. That's a conversation for when they're older. I understand." "And Damien." Elliot's voice was serious. "Let them come to you. Don't push. Don't expect anything. Just be present." I nodded. We walked to the playroom. Through the door, I could see them. Liam was building something with blocks. Serious, focused. Lily was drawing. Tongue sticking out in concentration. They were beautiful. Perfect. Mine. Elliot opened the door. "Liam, Lily, there's someone we want you to meet." They looked up. "This is Damien. He's going to be spending some time with us. He's the one who helped Liam when he was sick." Lily's eyes went wide. "You saved Liam?" "I helped," I said quietly. "The doctors did most of the work." She got up and walked over to me. Looked up with those big eyes. "Thank you for saving my brother." My throat closed up. "You're welcome, sweetheart. Are you going to stay for dinner?" I looked at Elliot. He nodded. "If that's okay with everyone." Liam came over to quieter, more cautious. "Do you like dinosaurs?" "I love dinosaurs." His face lit up. "I have 73 dinosaurs. Want to see?" "I'd love to." He grabbed my hand. My son, holding my hand, leading me to his collection. We spent the afternoon together. Me, Elliot, Nikolai, and the twins. It was awkward, strange, wonderful. Lily showed me her drawings. Liam told me detailed facts about every dinosaur he owned. They argued about who got to show me what first. Normal kids being normal, not knowing. I was the father who threw them away, just knowing I was someone new, someone safe, someone their daddy and papa approved of. At dinner, Lily asked if I'd come back. "Would you like me to?" She nodded seriously. "You're nice. And you make Daddy smile." I looked at Elliot. He was smiling, small, careful, but real. "Then I'd love to come back." Liam looked at Nikolai. "Is that okay, Papa?" Nikolai ruffled his hair. "Of course, buddy. Damien's welcome anytime." After dinner, after the twins went to bed, the three of us sat in Nikolai's study. "This is weird," I said. "Incredibly." Nikolai agreed. "But it's what's best for them," Elliot added. "They deserve to know you." "In time? When they're ready? Thank you, both of you, for giving me this chance." "Don't thank us yet," Nikolai said. "You haven't proven yourself. This is day one." "I know, and I'll spend every day after this proving I've changed." Elliot looked at me. "I hope you do, Damien. For their sake, for all our sakes." That was 3 weeks ago. Since then, I've been to the mansion 12 times. I've had dinner with my children, played dinosaurs with Liam, colored with Lily, read them stories, made them laugh. They're warming up to me, slowly. Lily asked me yesterday why I don't have a family. "I do," I told her. "I just didn't appreciate them when I had them. But I'm trying to fix that now." She thought about that. Then asked if I wanted to draw with her. I did. Liam is more cautious. He watches me, compares me to Nikolai, tests me with hard questions about dinosaurs. I answer honestly every time. Last week, he asked me where I was when he was a baby. I wasn't there. I should have been, but I wasn't. Why not? Because I made a terrible mistake. I was scared and stupid, and I ran away from the best thing in my life. He considered that. "Papa Nick says everyone makes mistakes. What matters is if you fix them. Your papa is very wise." He nodded. "Are you trying to fix yours?" Every single day he went back to his dinosaurs, but the next day he showed me his favorite one first. Progress. Elliot and I talk now. Carefully about the twins mostly. About schedules and preferences and funny things. They said. Sometimes about us. About what we were. What we lost. What might have been. He's happy with Nikolai. I can see it. They're good together. The way we should have been, it hurts, but I'm learning to live with it because what matters isn't my pain, it's their happiness. Nikolai and I have an understanding. We're not friends. Probably never will be. But we're united in loving those kids, in wanting what's best for them, in being men who put them first. It's enough. I don't know how this story ends. I don't know if Liam and Lily will ever call me dad, or if I'll always just be Damien. I don't know if I'll ever fully forgive myself for the 5 years I missed, for throwing them away before they were born, for hurting Elliot so badly he nearly died, bringing them into the world alone. But I know this, I'm not running anymore. I'm showing up. Every visit, every dinner, every dinosaur fact and crayon drawing and bedtime story, I'm present. I'm trying. I'm becoming the father they deserve, even if it takes the rest of my life, even if I never fully succeed, because they're worth it. They were always worth it. My name is Damien Frost. 5 years ago. I threw away my family for pride and image and things that don't matter now. I'm spending every day trying to earn back what I lost. Not all of it. Some things are gone forever. Elliot's love, those first 5 years, the bond we could have had, but maybe I can earn their respect, their trust. Maybe, someday, their forgiveness, and that's enough to keep trying. That's enough to keep showing up. That's enough. Last night, as I was leaving, Lily ran up and hugged my legs. See you next time. Damien. Next time, not goodbye. Next time I drove home with tears in my eyes and hope in my heart. This is my second chance. I'm not wasting it. Not again. Not ever. To be continued, because this story isn't over. It's just beginning, and this time, I'm doing it right this time. I'm choosing them every single time. If you want to see what happens next in this story, if you want to know if Damien truly changes, if the twins ever learn the truth about who he really is, and whether Elliot can ever fully forgive him, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Part 2 is coming soon, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. This is a story about regret, redemption, and whether love can survive our worst mistakes. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.